I am going to be playing some videos, so if you guys will let me know in the chat after the first video, let me know if the transition between my volume and the video volume was too loud or too low, and I'll adjust it as needed. Like I said, I don't want to blow people's eardrums out. Are you talking about the, what is it? It's not Headhunter, it's the same, like Warwick is doing, he has a similar skin, and someone else does too. Was it like Warmonger? Something like that? Anyway, alright, let's get started. Hello everybody, and welcome to the February edition of Waveclear. I'm Setzuko. I'm the MOBA Division Director for Grievance Gaming. Yes, we have a MOBA division full of people who play MOBAs, and we want you to be there. So before we get started checking out the news, which we have a good amount of news today, we're going to check out some videos as well for a couple of games. And if you've never seen a couple of the games we're going to be talking about, these videos will be a good opportunity for you to get a glance at some of the gameplay and things like that. So that's coming up. But before we get started, I wanted to let you guys know that after this newscast, we're going to be having our Q1 2015 MOBA meet and greet in the Grievance TeamSpeak MOBA Division Lounge. So if you guys will meet up with me there in TeamSpeak, we're going to talk about things that we don't cover in this newscast, because we're actually talking about a lot of things that I need your feedback about, and I also want to give you guys the opportunity to ask questions of the MOBA Division leader, talk to me, give me your ideas. So it's going to be a two-way feedback for everyone involved. So that's going to be coming up after the newscast. And then following the newscast, we're going to be jumping into Smite, and we're going to be playing some games with whoever gets involved. And we'll be streaming those back here at twitch.tv/grievance. And we may, if we have enough people, I may even be spectating a game and providing some amateur commentary. So it's going to be a fun time, so definitely join us after the newscast. And I'm following your chat, so let's see. Yeah, Steel does get on his soapbox. So hello to everyone who's currently watching, and let's go ahead and get started. So we have 4 games that we're focusing on right now in 2015. And so we're just going through the news for each one. We're going to go oldest to newest, which starts us at League of Legends. And we're just going to take a look at the news from each one of those games just from the past month of January. So starting with League of Legends, we've got several new skins we're going to be talking about here. And the first ones up are the Elise and Thresh Blood Moon skins. So if you guys take a look here. So these are just got released. I think this Thresh wall looks pretty disgusting. Looks pretty awesome. So this is a new 2 new skins that came out in January. Overwatch? Man, don't get me started about Overwatch. It's not a MOBA, but if no one picks it up, I will take it. I will steal it. So, alright, next up, Alistar, one of my personal favorites in League of Legends. I love this guy. He got a champion update where, for the most part, they just did a sort of texture update on him. You can see all the new textures on his skins here. He got some updated special effects with his slam and things like that. And just all around a little bit more than a visual touch-up for Alistar. I love Alistar, and this skin in particular, Infernal Alistar, is amazing. So that's Alistar. They announced that in 2015, the championship for League of Legends is going to be held in Europe this year. So that's going to be a huge, huge event, like it always is for League of Legends. League of Legends is the king of esports in the MOBA world, and just in general. So that's going to be coming up in 2015 in Europe. So no way I'm going, that's for sure. The 2015 ranked season has arrived, and with that we have all kinds of news for League of Legends. The map is updated. There are champion changes. There are huge jungle changes. So if you are a League of Legends player, make sure that you take the time to look at all the changes that have been made, because there are some huge differences. I actually hadn't played Summoner's Rift since early or middle of last year. I mean, I was keeping up with the updates to the map, but I hadn't played it at all, and when I got to it, I was slightly confused. As someone who's been playing League of Legends for 5 or 6 years now, it was a new experience. I think that the new map brings a lot to the table in terms of making League of Legends feel fresh again. It is still Summoner's Rift, but all the updated graphics and new creatures and stuff are very cool. I would especially pay attention, though, if you are a jungler, because there were significant changes to the jungle. And we're going to take a look at the patch notes for 5.2 here coming up in a bit, so we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to it. And Mo asked if I'm going to go win first place at the championship and donate the winnings to Grievance. I'm glad you have that kind of confidence in me. So another new skin that got released this month, which is amazing, is El Tigre Braum, which has Braum as a luchador with chairs instead of his shields, which I just think is amazing. I don't watch pro wrestling or anything like that, but I did years and years ago, so I always find skins like this to be pretty cool, and I love the little tiger here. It's so cool. The chairs are what does it for me. Like the luchador, okay, that's cool, but the chairs. Now you just need some ladders, right? And some tables. So this skin got released as well, El Tigre Braum. Next, League of Legends released The Curse of the Sad Mummy, which is a huge video about Amumu. So if you haven't gotten a chance to check that out, definitely go and take a look at it. We're not actually going to watch it on stream, so just Google Curse of the Sad Mummy. Trust me, you'll get hits for it. Next, League of Legends released a huge playlist, 15 songs of League of Legends music, and I'm going to just play a couple seconds of a track here for you. This is good stuff. If you played League of Legends, it's good stuff. If you haven't played League of Legends, it's still good stuff. So this is a playlist available on YouTube, so be sure to check it out. I haven't listened to it all myself, but I will be doing so later on today. And almost done with the League of Legends news, but for a limited time you are available to buy a mystery skin for yourself. And by limited time, I mean this has been going on and ends tonight at midnight. So if you want to buy yourself a mystery skin, go do that like right now. Keep the stream on, stay tuned to the news, but go get your mystery skin. And if you don't know what a mystery skin is in League of Legends, you're probably not going to buy one, but I'll tell you anyway. You unlock a skin that you don't already own for a champion that's worth at least 520 RP or more, which could get you one of the super expensive skins. So if that's something you're interested in, that's ending tonight in a few hours, so definitely go and take advantage of that. Next up, Tristana got a complete overhaul, and we're not going to watch this whole video. I'm just going to mute it and kind of let it play a little bit. But she got a visual update. She got a kit rework. You can see her here. She looks a lot different, and her abilities got updated. So I'm pretty excited to check Tristana out. If you didn't know, Tristana is a champion you can get for free if you don't already own her. I believe you just subscribe to the League of Legends YouTube, I believe, or maybe it's follow them on Facebook, one or the other, and you'll get Tristana as well as a skin for her, I think, for free. And you can check her out with this brand new update. It's a great time to get her if you haven't got her yet, because she no longer has that old kind of ancient feel to her with this complete and new remake. It is quite awesome. And I'm sorry I didn't full screen that for you guys. I apologize. Nice Trick says she's OP as hell. I'll believe it. I think she looks a lot cooler. I know some people, don't particularly like how big her ears are and stuff. I don't know. She kind of looks like Dobby from Harry Potter or something to me, but not as decrepit and ugly. So, I'm pretty excited to check out her new remake. So, and then next up, we've got the 5.2 patch notes. This is the latest patch from League of Legends. We're just going to quickly glance at a few things, really significant things. We're not going to go through all the patch notes, but Deathfire's Grasp got removed. So that is gone. That was a big item for a lot of people, and we're not going to get into why they took it away. You can always check out these 5.2 patch notes yourself on the League of Legends website, but that's gone. The Tristana overwork is in here, as well as, of course, all of the other patch notes for all the other champions that had their nerfs and buffs and tweaks done to them. We have our next set of mass texture rebalances. Now, these aren't complete visual updates, really. They are just bringing the textures involved with all of these characters up to par with the current graphics standard of League of Legends, basically to match them to the quality of Summoner's Rift. So, coming up here in the near future, we're going to have Dr. Mundo, Irelia, Jarvan 4, Nunu, Swain, Vayne, and Yorick, all getting remakes. I don't really play any of those characters, so I can't say that I'm excited. But for those of you who do, that's something to look forward to, because these texture updates are looking really, really good. Several jungle items have been tweaked due to some changes that happened with the jungle that I mentioned before, which we're not going to go over those. Dragon has changed a little bit because there were some exploits that were happening with him, and basically his attack range has increased and his attack speed has increased. And we've got a new featured game mode. It's not launched yet, but it's called Nemesis Draft, and essentially what this game mode is, I really want to play this mode. I don't know why. It sounds horrible, but it also sounds really fun. It basically gives you the opportunity to be a dick to the opposing team, because Nemesis Draft plays out just like a regular Summoner's Rift match, I believe. And the difference is you don't pick your champion, you don't draft your champions, you draft the enemy team's champions. So you choose, okay, I want that guy to play Yorick or whatever. And so you choose their champions, they choose your champions. Right before the game, you have a set amount of time where you can swap champions between your teams, so that you're not stuck with the one that you get. You can trade with a teammate. But this is a new featured game mode that is coming up here pretty soon. All the assets and things are included in the patch. It's just not officially launched yet. So I'm sure when that comes out, we'll probably have some sort of event for it within League of Legends. And outside of that, we've got a couple more upcoming skins. We've got Arclight Vel'Koz. So this is Vel'Koz if he wasn't a void creature, but some kind of holy monster. We've got Warring Kingdoms Katarina, which I believe this is the one Nice Trick was excited about. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. Warring Kingdoms Nidalee. She gets so many skins. So many skins. And then we have Firecracker Jinx, which looks absolutely crazy. Jinx is pretty fun. I like Jinx. Don't know if I'll pick up this skin, though, but it does look pretty good. And finally, last bit of League of Legends info is, if you didn't know, there is a Fantasy LCS, which is like fantasy football, but in the world of League of Legends. So this is something I think we're going to look into getting involved in, especially if I can find someone who is interested in heading it up. But But this basically allows you to draft your fantasy League of Legends competitive team, and as they progress through tournaments and things like that, you will earn points and follow your team just like you would in fantasy football. So that is the last bit of news for League of Legends, which leads us into Smite. So Smite, we've got a new cinematic trailer which we're going to check out here, if it'll let me. Come on. All right, here we go. Alright, so that's the new cinematic trailer for Smite. If you play Smite, who is your favorite god in that video? Just to recap, there was Neith, Thor, Fenrir, Guan Yu, and Ymir. My favorite out of those five is Ymir, I think. I don't like Thor very much, don't like Neith. Fenrir's okay, Guan Yu's okay, and honestly, Ymir's okay. But I think Ymir's probably my favorite out of those, just because I like to play those big, hulky characters that go in and soak up damage and throw out CC, stun people, interrupt, all that kind of stuff. So Neith, Nice Trick says her favorite's Neith. Really? Are you a AD carry player in League of Legends? Is that I'm so bad at AD carry and Hunter. So bad. So terrible. Alright, so that's the new cinematic. So check this out. Smite is coming to Xbox One. It's kind of frustrating a little bit for me because I have a PlayStation 4, not a PlayStation 1. I would love to try out Smite on console, especially considering my PC is broke, so I only get to play when I can use my wife's computer. So I know that's sad, right? MOBA Division Director. But you can sign up for the Xbox beta of Smite right now. Just Google it, Smite Xbox Beta sign up, and they have a link included. And if you get to try it out, please let me know how it is. I'm very interested to see how they handle some of the skill shots and things like that with a controller. I don't think it's going to be as good as playing on a PC, but who knows? Maybe they have found a good way to translate it over to the consoles, or maybe they'll have like the console stuff independent from the PC. That way, you're playing against other console players, so it kind of evens out. I think it'd be a bit unfair to play against players who are either playing on PC or console, but that's just me. Either way, this is the first time that a big MOBA game is coming to any sort of console, so this is pretty huge. If this goes over well, who knows what we'll see coming to these new generation consoles in the future. And hopefully, if it goes well, maybe they'll put it on PlayStation 4. I don't know. Could get lucky. Smite World Champions. So the World Championships happened, and Cognitive Prime, who was a US/Canadian team, I believe, went home with the win and $1,306,130, which is insane considering Smite has been officially out for less than a year. That is a huge amount of money. And it's just proof of how popular Smite is and how popular this game is going to become. It's definitely, if it's not already right up there with League of Legends and Dota, it will be soon. And it's pretty close already. There's a huge amount of cash. And so first ever Smite Championships, Cognitive Prime. So there's a new god that got released the middle of this month in Smite. Ho Yi, I think I said that right. Hu Yi, something like that. Defender of the Earth. He is a hunter. I'm not going to turn the audio on for this. We're just going to take a look at him real quick, so you guys can see some gameplay of him. I actually just played with him the other day, but he's a new hunter. He's got a couple different abilities. His number one is a shot that sort of bounces off walls and things like that. It can zigzag. He also can leap up into the air and run after people, which is pretty interesting. And his ultimate is super, super cool. So the lore behind him is he's like an archer, and you can see that's his ultimate right there. The lore behind him is that he's like an archer who shot down 9 suns. And if you look here, his ultimate is he calls down those 9 suns like meteors, which is really, really awesome. I don't like hunters very much, but I played with him, and he is pretty sick. He's pretty awesome. So that is Hu Yi. Like I said, I think I said that right. And here's a quick overview of the Smite World Championship. So the total prize money that was awarded was over $3 million. And there were almost 3 million unique viewers of the World Championships, which, like I said, is absolutely crazy. Cog Prime took the win, US-Canadian team. Second place was Titan. And third place was another US-Canadian team, Cog Red. We've got 2 new skins in Smite. So we've got Carnival Neath, which this skin is absolutely ridiculous. And everything Neath is ridiculous, in my opinion. Let's take a quick look here. You see she's pretty much almost naked, like all of her skins. She has a very Aztec look to her, so that's pretty interesting. And then we also have this one, which I think is fantastic. This is Dreadbeard Poseidon. So Poseidon is now basically Blackbeard, and instead of summoning a kraken, he summons a shark, which is pretty sick. Pretty sick, I gotta say. I'm not even a huge fan of Poseidon, but come on, look at this. Look at this. Boom. Sharks. And he looks cool. I don't know. I like pirates, so whatever. So those are 2 new skins that got released in Smite, and I believe to bring us to Heroes of the Storm. So Heroes of the Storm has a lot of big news this month. One is the fact that they just got into closed beta, which you can sign up for now. And coming in closed beta, they announced Hero League and Draft Mode, and these have actually been implemented, I believe. But Hero League is essentially ranked play that you can queue up for solo. It's not full team ranked play, but I believe you can queue up with another person or a couple of people. So it's not full 5v5 ranked, but it is a ranked queue. To play it, you have to be level 30, and you have to own at least 10 champions, not including 10 heroes, don't butcher me. Not including the free hero rotation. So you have to own 10 heroes outside of the free champion rotation, and then you can get involved with the ranked play. And then draft mode is your standard draft mode, like in any other MOBA, where you pick one, they pick two, you pick two, they pick two, etc. So that has been implemented in Heroes of the Storm. Closed beta notes. Main thing I wanted to show you guys here is that a new map called Sky Temple got released, which we're going to take a closer look at here in a minute. But the objectives on this map are a little bit different. There's temples that you have to capture and hold, and the temples will shoot laser beams at the opposing team's bases, which is pretty neat. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. So first we're going to take a look at Thrall. So Thrall is the champion that got released this month, and if you're familiar with Warcraft lore and all that, or anything about Warcraft period, then you know who Thrall is. So we're going to take a look at this video. This should give you a little glimpse as to how Heroes of the Storm plays as well.
We came to this world as exiles and outcasts, but together we can be more. A weapon to break the chains of oppression. A bastion for the hunted and the lost. A family bound by blood and honor. And if our enemies do not give us peace, we will give them war! Victory or death! This I pledge as your war chief. Until the end of days, I live and die. For the Horde!
Dang right, for the Horde. Alright, so that didn't really show you any sort of actual gameplay. That was just Thrall being Thrall, right? So, and I lost all the patch notes off of that, so, oh well. So yeah, that is Thrall, who got released in January, so he's the new hero. He's out now, you can check him out, you can play him. And if you're not a part of Heroes of the Storm, we got some news coming up on that as well. So here's the Sky Temple. We're really just going to look at the picture of the map here, just so you can take a look at the sort of design and the layout for it. So this is like a deserty Egyptian kind of themed map, and you have temples down at the bottom that you control to shoot those laser beams, and to control them you have to fight computer controlled opponents in order to capture them. So it's pretty neat. I like the look of it quite a bit. So what I was just saying is that if you're not in Heroes of the Storm and you desperately want to be a part of Heroes of the Storm, you want to get in, you want to start playing, they have released a Founders Pack. The Founders Pack includes 3 heroes. You get Raynor, Diablo, and Tyrande. I probably butchered that. You get 3 skins as well for each one of those heroes. Or not, you get 3 skins, one's for each hero. You get Commander Raynor, Lurkablo Diablo, and Blood Elf. Not going to butcher it again. You also get a golden Cyberwolf mount, 2,500 in-game gold and immediately get access to Heroes of the Storm, so you can play. That is all available for $40. I personally don't think that it's worth the money, but if you really want to play, it is worth picking up. You're not getting robbed, but I will just tell you that. Why? Why would you do that? No, I don't want to buy. I don't want to buy the Founders Pack. I'm already in. So Raynor is a pretty cheap champion already. The skins are kind of dependent upon your own taste. The mount is purely cosmetic. I mean, you get to ride around on mounts in the game. And 2,500 gold isn't a huge amount of gold, but overall, this will get you into the beta if you want to be a part of the beta, and you also get a lot of extra stuff with it. So for $40, you can go pick that up now and get involved in Heroes of the Storm, which we are actively playing and do have, I believe, 5 to 10 people who are actually actively playing Heroes of the Storm right now. Someone asked me what I think of Star Citizen. I have no thoughts on Star Citizen. I'm sorry. And I believe this is the final piece of Heroes of the Storm news, and that is that there are some Lunar Festival items available now. There's a portrait, there are several skins, there's a Elder Chin skin and a Festival Lily skin, as well as a Lunar Tiger mount, which, I gotta be honest, the Lunar Tiger is pretty cool. I don't know that I care about the rest of it, but the Tiger's pretty cool. So those are available now, so be sure to pick them up. And the portrait is available if you play 10 games of Heroes of the Storm between January 27th and the morning of March 3rd, 2015. So that's how you get the portrait. And they can be played in any mode except for custom game mode. So you can play AI games or whatever you want to play to get that portrait. So if you are part of the beta, make sure you pick that up because that's something that may not be available again. Finally, come to our last game, Gigantic. And Gigantic, I know a lot of people are not familiar with Gigantic because there's not a lot out about it. It's currently in a closed alpha with an NDA, so there's not a lot of information, not a lot of videos out there about it. But Gigantic is a game that we are really excited for in 2015. They recently were out at PAX South where they had a bunch of demos and things going on. And because many people aren't familiar with it, and there's not a whole lot of news because it's, like I said, closed alpha with an NDA and, still in development. We're going to check out 2 videos for Gigantic. One is just a quick trailer, and another is a little bit longer, about 3-minute trailer that will explain the game and how it's played. So let's go ahead and we'll check out the announcement trailer here. Here we go. Let's get rid of these annotations. Hey. That's cheap. I forgot about that little clip there at the end, but that's okay because we're actually going to see some actual gameplay in this video. So that was the opening trailer. As you can see, Gigantic has a very interesting art style, kind of like a cel-shaded aspect to it, and it's a very kind of fantasy-based game. And you'll see exactly what you do in the game in this video here. So this is a developer. He's going to explain how the game plays. This is about a little less than 4 minutes long, but you'll see some gameplay and the mechanics and things like that. So.
Our goal is to create a pure PvP experience full of joy and rage and awesome stories to tell your friends. It's still early for Gigantic. We're just starting the alpha, and this PAX is the first time we're letting people just come up and play the game, which we're really excited about. Gigantic is a fast-paced game of skill, teamwork, and strategy. It's 5-on-5 PvP, where 5 unique heroes team up with a giant guardian. Gigantic is part shooter, part brawler, part action RPG. It brings together character types, design principles, influences from MOBAs, fighting games, basically every competitive kind of game that we love. The idea was to bring together all these elements into an experience that's fun and easy to get into, but balanced for serious competitive play. The first thing you'll notice about the game is the speed. We work to keep the movement fluid, the combat dynamic. Your aim has to be precise, the timing of your dodges perfect. You can be creative about how you use a super jump or an area effect that modifies projectiles that go through it. The combat is fast and furious, but throughout every battle there are a lot of strategic decisions to make. Figuring out which creatures you want where. Choosing upgrades is another part of the strategy, each one providing a unique strategic bonus. The goal of each battle is simple, to kill the enemy Guardian. The Guardians are massive and immensely powerful, capable of destroying parts of the battlefield just as they move around. To take down the enemy Guardian, you're going to need the help of your team, but most importantly, of your own Guardian. You need to power it up so it'll travel across the battlefield, rampaging, destroying everything in its path, and knocking the enemy Guardian into a vulnerable state. You give your Guardian power by killing the enemy heroes, by summoning creatures, which you can also use to control the battlefield, or by sneaking behind enemy lines and striking the enemy Guardian in its heart. You won't do damage to it, but you'll steal its power and give it directly to your Guardian. We wanted to make sure every battle ended in a climax. The grand finale is what we call the clash. Both Guardians break out of their lairs and into the center of the battleground. There's no more summoning creatures, no more battle for map control, just a final encounter in the middle. Both teams fighting until one Guardian is dead and the other victorious. Game development's always a process of discovery. With Gigantic, we found all these different elements coming together into something kind of special. There's a familiarity to it. It's easy to jump in and just pick it up, but at the same time, it's not a game you've played before. Ultimately, it doesn't matter what we have to say about the game. It matters what you say. So if you're at PAX this year, come check it out, and you'll know. You'll know whether or not it's a game for you, and whether or not you've got stories you just have to share.
So that is a closer look at Gigantic, which, my face is so big. No, I'm sorry. So Obi-Wanton said he was staring at me instead of the video. Thank you, I guess. Maybe. And Erroneous says my face is so big. If I go back here, is this better? So that's Gigantic. You can sign up for the alpha now. If you're in the alpha, shh, don't tell. There's an NDA. But this is, they plan on releasing this game, they said sometime early this year, so I'm thinking maybe the middle or third quarter this year. Either way, we are very excited about it, and looking forward to checking it out. And that is all of the, that's all the news, that's all the MOBA news, anyway. So we're going to finish this newscast off by talking about what our MOBA division has accomplished. Nothing, I'm just kidding. Talk about what we have accomplished this past month, and what we have planned for February. So this past month, I don't have any bulleted points or lists for this, so I'm going to go ahead and make my head bigger. Boom! Look at that. Look at that. All right, so last month was League of Legends month. So we played some ARAMs after the newscast, which was cool. I had someone offer to help bring back some MOBA Mondays. So we had an extra MOBA Monday of League of Legends, and we're going to continue in February with some more MOBA Mondays. For the most part, we're going to try to focus on the game of the month for that month. We also made a couple of tutorial videos, which will be up on YouTube sometime in the future. We didn't do as much as I would have liked on that, just because so much going on. But we also established a cool new feature for our MOBA division. We have a GroupMe. If you've never heard of GroupMe, it is a application that you can download to your phone, and it's basically a big group chat. And we now have a GroupMe for the MOBA division, which is working out fantastically. I can get you added. We're going to talk in more detail about this during the meet and greet. But essentially, it's a big group chat, and if you're going to log on and play some Smite, some League of Legends, whatever, you can toss out there and say, hey, I'm going to play some League of Legends. Does anybody want to join? And anybody on the chat gets that on their cell phone, and they can say, hey, yeah, let's jump in. And we're also going to use it not as an alternative to, but in addition to our forum posts to announce events that are coming up. Like earlier today, I threw in there, hey, we got the newscast coming up, and then we're going to have the MOBA meet and greet and things like that. So it's an additional way for you to get news about what's going on in the MOBA division, and it's also a great way to connect with people who are playing the games that you are playing or that you're interested in. So that was really, really huge for us in January. So going forward into February, our game of the month is Smite. So we're going to be playing a lot of Smite. We're going to be doing tutorial videos for Smite for some different gods in the games. We're going to be having some MOBA Mondays coming up. We're going to be playing after the MOBA meet and greet. And so we've got a lot planned for Smite coming up. We also are still going to have available the teaching sessions that you could sign up for. Those are going to be available to you. All you have to do is sign up on the forums, and we will hook you up with someone who can help you learn how to play Smite this month. So if you've never played and you're interested in trying to play with us, but you're not confident enough that you want to just jump right in, you can sign up on the forums. There will be a post up there in the MOBA Division forums where you can sign up for some one-on-one session teaching with someone who knows how to play the game and can help you get started and get it figured out. I just want to mention that all the games that we play in the MOBA division are free to play, no purchase necessary. Here's the Storm. I know currently you have to buy a Founders Pack to get in, but it will be free to play when it officially launches. So all the games we play, definitely, they're free to play. You can download them now and get involved. Check my chat here. So that's what we have coming up for February. We have a lot of things coming up throughout the rest of the year. A lot of things to talk about at this MOBA meet and greet in TeamSpeak. So please meet me there after this newscast. I need your feedback on some things, and I want to hear what you have to say about the games and things that you saw on this cast and any ideas you have. We are looking for people to help us out. We're looking for squad leaders. We're looking for people to help co-cast this newscast, so it's not just my fat talking head up here. We are looking for people to help us stream. We're looking for people to help us put out video tutorials on champions. So, if you love League of Legends and you want to get involved, come on. Send me a message and get involved. Make some tutorial videos for, the champions that you love. You don't have to do every champion. Every little bit will help. So we are looking for people who love MOBAs and want to get involved. So that's it for the newscast. Actually had a long newscast this time, so that's a little bit of a change, but that's why we're doing monthly newscasts instead of weekly, so that we can have some meat to our newscast. Our next newscast will be the first Monday of March, and it will be, I believe we're going to push it back an hour to have it at 8 p.m. Central. So look forward to that. We will obviously put up a post about it on the forums, and That's it for the newscast. I'm going to transition over to TeamSpeak and hopefully see you guys there in the MOBA Division Lounge, and we will get this MOBA meet and greet started. And then we'll be back here on Twitch to stream some Smite games. Thanks for watching. Stop looking at me. Go away. Go to the meet and greet. Go.